Martina.
I'm David. Thanks for joining us on Shelf Help Gaming.
Today we're going to talk about a game called Mindbug.
So Mindbug is a small card game developed by a couple designers, including one Richard Garfield, who's designed a small little game called Magic the Gathering.
I don't know if you've heard of it. You may have heard of it.
Aside from that, he has designed several other board games. Bunny Kingdom, Keyforge is another popular card game he's designed, and also King of Tokyo is one of our family's favorite games to play. He's designed that as well. But this is a small little game as it came in as a Kickstarter. As you can see, I was a little bit eager and already started opening it. But we're going to do a little unboxing for you, show you what's in it, and then we'll come up and tell you our thoughts.
All right, let's open this up. We've got the base game, Mindbug First Contact. It looks like the Kickstarter promo pack, New Creations. There's our limited edition black box, Kickstarter tuck box. All right, let's open this up and see what we got. Got the rules there. Okay. That's beautiful art. See that most of these cards are strange hybrid animals. They all have amazing art, and each card looks cool and unique combination of abilities. Some cards I see have 2 copies in the deck, and some there's only 1. Here we got the Mindbugs here at the end. Now, unlike a collectible card game or CCG like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon, this is all a self-contained game here. There's no booster packs or hunting down rare cards. If you purchase this game, you'll get the exact same cards here in this pack. Both players will draw from the same deck of cards, so there's no pay-to-win advantage. Of course, here we've got our promo pack that can just be added to the base cards. Yeah, this is more of the same that we've seen in the base pack. Great art and different abilities. Some of them seem a little bit more complex as far as their abilities go. Here we got our alternate art for the Mindbug cards. So there's plenty of room here in the tuck box to fit all the cards, and I think there's plenty of room if you want to sleeve the cards as well. So there you go. How to play Mindbug First Contact. To set up Mindbug, you will take the deck of cards with this back and deal 10 cards to each player. From this stack, you will take 5 cards off the top and set the rest in a draw pile, leaving room for a discard. These cards will be your first hand. Then take 2 cards of this back, these are the Mindbugs, and give 2 cards to each player. If you have extra cards from the Kickstarter, set them aside. Then take 3 of the unused cards for each player and set them face down to track your life points. You can also use coins, dice, or any other alternative. On your turn, you do one of 2 things. You can either play a card from your hand or attack with 1 card already played. If you play a card, you immediately draw another one and put it into your hand. Before the card is resolved, your opponent has an opportunity to play a Mindbug. If they do, they take over that creature and put it in their play area instead. They flip over their Mindbug to indicate that it's been used. However, you can do the same to steal their creatures when they play it. When you attack, the opponent can decide whether to block it with one of their creatures or lose a life point. When an attack is blocked, the power level of the 2 cards is compared. The higher card wins and is placed in its owner's play area. The lower card is discarded in its player's discard pile. The game ends when 1 player loses all 3 of their life points, or when 1 player does not have any cards that they can play or attack with. On the back of the rules sheet is a nice rules reference with lists of triggers and keywords that can be found on the cards. Cards with a play ability are triggered when the card comes into play. If an opponent spends a Mindbug, the play effect happens for them and not you. Cards with an attack ability are triggered when the card attacks, but before the opponent decides if they want to block it. Cards with the defeated ability are triggered when the card is moved from the play area to the discard pile. Cards with the frenzy keyword means that if this card survives the first attack during a turn, it can attack a second time immediately, the same turn. Cards with the Hunter ability allow you to choose which enemy creature has to block the attack instead of your opponent. Cards with the Poisonous ability, in addition to normal combat resolution, always defeats the enemy creature, even if the power value of the enemy is higher. Cards with the Sneaky keyword ability can only be blocked by other sneaky creatures. Cards with the Tough ability means that when this card would be defeated, it is instead exhausted, turning 90 degrees. You can still attack and use any other special abilities on that card, but when it is defeated again, it goes into your discard pile. There are many other cards with combinations of abilities, triggers, and keywords. Some of them have ongoing effects, and there's a high amount of variability with all these beautiful cards.
So, here we have it. I was able to actually sleeve all of the cards. I believe these are 60 micrometer sleeves. And there's still plenty of room here in this tuck box. This box is completely empty. So if you have thicker sleeves, like 100, they'll still probably fit in here snugly. But anyway, so I was able to fit everything in this tuck box. This is nothing special. It's just a regular tuck box. It has some really nice art on it. But it has our unique identification number for being a Kickstarter backer or whatever. The rules are very simple. It's just this very short little pamphlet. It's got the keywords that you need to remember on the back, which is very nice. And the art on these cards are just really awesome, really beautiful art.
A little quirky, too.
Yeah, very, very quirky. Most of these are just mixtures of animals, like the Giraffodile or the Goblin Werewolf. So with the base game, you get 48 creature cards and 4 Mindbug cards. With the expansion, you get an additional pack of cards that brings it up to 86 cards in total. And you get alternate art for these Mindbugs, so 8 in total, but you only ever use 4 in a game. We got a chance to play this a couple times and see how it plays, and it's a really fun little game. What did you think about it, Martina?
Well, I enjoyed that there weren't a lot of rules to explain at the beginning. That's kind of the hardest part for me to get into a game, is if I have to sit through a really long explanation of all the rules. You get to start playing quickly. That's what I enjoyed about it a lot.
Yes.
Plus all the fun artwork.
So yeah, I really like this game. It's very simple to play. Basically on your turn, you're doing one of two things. You're either playing a card from your hand, or you're attacking with a card that you have already played. And that's it. There's special abilities on the cards that do special things when you play them, when you attack with them, or ongoing abilities. But what makes this special is that each player has 2 Mindbugs. And at any time, you can use the Mindbug when someone plays a card to take over it, and that becomes your Mindbug now instead of your opponent's.
It's like you put a little mind control thing on there.
Yeah, exactly. So the game becomes a mind game of sorts about when are you going to play this? Are you going to bluff your opponent and thinking that this is a very important card for your strategy and then Mindbug it? Or were you just setting up to play another more powerful card later? So
they're also really good defensive cards. Say if your opponent plays a card that's going to directly screw you up, you can just Mindbug it and it's yours now.
Yep, and there's no one doing that. You can't Mindbug a Mindbug. It's done. Yeah. So it's really interesting dynamic. And it's really fun. I won the first game we played, and you were pretty upset. And then
yeah, because I almost won. I never win the first time I play a game. I never win. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to win the first time. But I forgot about the Mindbugs.
Card and Mindbugged her, and then she's like, dang it, I don't have anything to do.
And that game I didn't even use my Mindbug. So you really have to utilize the what do you call it?
The Mindbugs, yeah.
The Mindbugs.
Yeah, but then the very next game you came back and you whooped my trash.
Yeah.
So
because I used Mindbugs.
Yeah. It's a very fun little game. What's also nice about this is every game, each person has a deck of 10 cards, and all these other cards are not used for that game. So there's a high amount of replayability to play this game again with another set of cards, because you're only using a fraction of the deck. And just how those cards come together in different combinations, it's just, I could see this game having lots of potential, even for future expansions too. Knowing Richard Garfield, how he likes to do his collectible card games, he's going to want to come out with more than this. And this is also called Mindbug First Contact. I look forward to playing this more, exploring more combinations of powers and stuff, and in the future, if they ever come out with some expansion content, that would be great to pick up. I hope I get they include a more sturdier collector's box or something like that in the future. But yeah, it's a very fun game. Highly recommend you pick it up. It's pretty cheap. Yeah. Thanks for joining us on Shelf Help Gaming.
Don't forget to help your shelf do some games. Okay, sorry.
I'll make it work.
Sorry, I'm
gonna
like
be a lot
saying stuff.
harder to edit.
I'm saying stuff I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
It was supposed to be a quick review.
I'm trying to contribute.
All right, that's fine.
I want to do my... No, I don't. Never mind. I don't want to embarrass
You're
myself.
so dumb. I love you so much.
It's a game of chicken. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a stupid joke. Don't do that.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Unless you don't want that in there at all, we can redo it entirely. This is so stupid.
I think you should do it again, and
Okay.
I'll try to have restraint.
These boxes are going to be like moving all over the place throughout this thing when I cut this, you realize.
Oh, oops. I'm sorry. I'm burning your life. I'm sorry.
You're making the
Sorry,
editing so
editing
difficult.
David.
Okay. That'll do.